Hi, everybody.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. So, welcome to 2022. We talked last week about the physical body, and that is our foundation into the rest of the body. And this week, we're going to talk about having a deeper connection with the body and really, I think, honing your communication skills and being a better listener, creating more awareness around what our body's telling us, how to listen, what the signals are saying, and just having that deeper connection and relationship with who you are, especially on a, or at least starting with the physical body, right? So,
Right. Yeah. And we talked about how the physical body is the gateway in, and it can also be this major distraction. So when we have things that are going on, if you're like most women, you're not so nice to your physical body and you don't talk very nicely to it. And so this conversation is helping us to look at the dialogue and the listening and the signals with reverence, with gratitude for just being alive and on the planet, and understanding that our symptoms or our signals are really just communication styles of the physical body to help us bring that particular part of us into balance. So if I could use myself as an example, I have digestive issues. I shared that last week. That's one of my weak or my cracks in my foundation. And if I'm not aware, my gut will start to really bother me on different levels. And it will get loud enough where I have to just stop whatever I'm doing and pivot. So it might be a little noise initially. And if I keep ignoring it, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger until I can't ignore it anymore. And that's my body trying to tell me that the choices I'm making are not optimal. And there's this real big imbalance happening, and it's trying to help me make a different choice. And I can get frustrated. I can. So,
shocker.
shocker, right? But I think it's so important to, when we're speaking to ourselves and our physical body, having so much compassion for all that it does on an everyday level.
Yeah, that idea of self-acceptance, because if not now, when? And being able to see where we are and then how we're going to move in a different direction if that's what we choose to do.
Mhm.
So again, and I love that idea of choices because I know for me, when I'm not making those good, healthy choices, it shows up for me, as I said last week, as pain and inflammation. And then that voice gets really loud and I can't think of other things. I'm very, very distracted. So these are just ways to pay attention.
Mhm.
And when we hone those listening skills, we can really hear what's going on. And then with help and support, we can start to pivot, as you said before, pivot and move in a different direction.
Right. And
Just, yeah,
one,
and conscious choices, really conscious choices.
yeah, one of the things that I'm always reminded of, this is in the teachings, is that our body never lies to us. The mind will tell us all kinds of stories, but the physical body and the signals you're getting from the physical body never lies. It's telling the absolute truth in the moment. And so that's the other thing a physical body relationship does, is it helps to keep us present in the moment, where we're not projecting in the future or reflecting too much into the past. We're really staying present. And I love that, because I think we all need an anchor, and the physical body truly, truly is an anchor for us to live on this in this world. So the other thing that comes up is food is medicine, right, Chris?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are we putting in our bodies? Is it helping us to be well and healthy, or is it helping us to be out of balance and possibly sick? This is a teaching not only in Ayurveda, but all over. we're getting to really understand this deeper teaching of how food affects us on different levels.
Yeah, and for most of us, we're coming out of that season of too muchness. So it's, you overdo, you eat more. It's usually heavier foods, heavy on the sweets. And, so we look at January as this time to, oh, I got to stop. I have to decide what I'm going to do so that I can really move towards that optimal health. And Ayurveda and yoga are excellent modalities to help us really get a handle on this idea of balance and feeling really physically well because they cover, how we feed ourselves, our daily routine, and movement. So, and quiet and stillness, all of it. It's just like it covers everything.
Right.
Um,
And the other part about understanding our body, and we go into this in depth in our master series that's coming up this year, actually, starting in February, is understanding that our gut is our guru and food is medicine. And if we don't pay attention to those foundational pieces as we're looking at our physical body, other issues continue to crop up because the physical body, it is the gateway in to the other layers of our being healthy and balanced. And so that's why we're talking about this and starting this with the physical foundation, because so many people will go into like fasts or, cleanses or diets or whatever, and they're not really understanding this foundational principle of who you are as a human, what might be out of balance for you as a person, and then what can you shift and change. One of the things that I get really frustrated, and I know Chris does too, is that Ayurveda teaches us that we're all so different. We don't follow the same template. We might have similarities, but we don't follow the same template. And people look outside of themselves into whatever the diet culture is or whatever the next new thing is to try that to see if it works. We have our own innate wisdom. Our bodies will tell us what it needs if we just stop and listen.
right. And when
So,
you don't, there's, when you choose the opposite, when your choices really aren't building your optimal health, um, they call that prajna parada, which are crimes against wisdom.
right. We know we shouldn't, but we do it anyway. Or we know we shouldn't put our wisdom out into another person or another thing, but we do it anyway because we're searching. People are frustrated. There's so much out there. So this is what we're helping you with in this program. We're giving guidelines, but their guidelines are, going to be really unique based on who you are and what it is that you need at the time. We go into this in depth in this 4 weeks period. So if this is interesting to you and we're tapping into something that you've been thinking about for a while, this might be something that you might want to join us in when we start in February.
Yeah,
And
so it's 4 weeks. It's called Build the Foundation Through Your Physical Body, and we start February 14th, right on Valentine's Day.
right on down.
So, what a great way to love yourself.
And we'll be dropping the registration link middle January, so in another week or so. And if you have any questions about anything, we're going to be going over the program a little bit more as we get closer, but feel free to reach out to us.
Absolutely.
Well, until then,
Yeah,
enjoy
Happy
being,
New Year.
yes, and enjoy being in the presence of your physical body. Have
Bye
a great
bye.
one, everyone.